One place in the entire Bible do you find the word Lucifer. Once. Here we actually put a name on Satan, calling him Lucifer. And if we were to walk down the street and just ask people, who is Lucifer? What is Lucifer? They'd all say, it's Satan. It's the devil. Do you know who Lucifer is?
An angel that was cast down from heaven, Satan.
Satan. That's Satan.
That's the devil.
The devil.
He's Satan.
Satan. Satan.
The devil.
The devil.
The devil.
All right. Who's Lucifer?
The devil.
All right. It's an easy question, I know. That's perfect.
Satan, yeah.
The only way you and I know that Satan's name is Lucifer is because of Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Now I want you to notice, it gives us his name and it gives us his title. O Lucifer, son of the morning. So what's the title of Lucifer? Son of the morning, right? Revelation chapter 22, verse 16. The King James Version says this: I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am, this is Jesus speaking, I am the root and the offspring of David, this is Jesus speaking, and the bright and morning star. Do you see that? What did Jesus call himself? The morning star. That's his title.
So both the King James and the NIV in Revelation 22:16 state that Jesus Christ is the morning star.
What does the NIV call Lucifer falling down from heaven?
How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. So instead of Lucifer being cast out of heaven in Isaiah 14:12, in the NIV, you have Jesus being cast out of heaven. Now look, the Bible has told us that Lucifer, or Satan, was cast out of heaven for wanting to be like the Most High. Wanting to be like God. Look, the NIV, after attacking Christ's deity, after attacking his pre-existence, after attacking the fact that he was born of a virgin, that he had no beginning, that he had no ending, that he was God in the flesh, it's now accusing him of wanting to be like the Most High. He is the Most High.
According to your NIV, Jesus fell from heaven and not Lucifer.
The people who are behind these versions are of Satan. Satan wanted to corrupt the word in the Garden of Eden, and we are not ignorant of his devices.
But yet, you are ignorant of your own understanding of a book that you claim to live your life by. A book that obviously you have not studied, and most Christians have not studied. So for anyone who would put Lucifer, the morning star, Jesus, Satan, the serpent, Beelzebub, the beast, all in one bag and make that one thing, you are not understanding what it actually says, which also demonstrates how this book is so misrepresented and is just a collection of stories written for the Israelite people to have a history for themselves. So let's start out with just what they were talking about. They are King James purists, is what we call those people. Meaning that the only Bible that they're going to read is the King James version of the Bible. Even though the King James version was based off of the Bishop's Bible for the most part, which is based off of other writings from a man in Zurich, I forgot his name. The Bishop Bible was a rush job. The Bishop Bible has many discrepancies in it. The Bishop Bible is one of the worst Bibles that was ever written. The Geneva Bible at the time frame of King James was far superior in its translations. And when you compare them to the Latin and the Greek, the Codex Sinaiticus, then you will see, or the Septuagint, you will see glaring differences in the teachings. For instance, everywhere that the King James is saying church, it was originally meant to say congregation, not church, which changes the meaning of those verses because it's talking about the people and not the building, the structure, the organization. Is talking about the people. But in this Lucifer scenario, this whole devil thing, one of the first things that you have to recognize is that in the ancient Hebrew, there was no such being as the devil. There were no fallen angels. There were no demons. There were only the gods of other people, but these were not demons that came and fell from heaven. So when they spoke of the serpent, this was someone who was in this God's angelic host. This was not a demon or even another god. This was someone that was in this God's angelic host, but mainly they meant and thought that it was a talking snake, a talking serpent of some sort, not even something big, massive, big. It wasn't a big deal. And then when they progressed to the story of Job, because notice that your Satan, devil, serpent is absent through the rest of Genesis. All the evils of the world fall upon man. The sons of God was not considered to be angelic beings to them at first. This was a later translation. The sons of God was most likely the line of Seth, and the daughters of men was the line of Cain. But as time would move and they began to explore the Enochian literature and combine more of the Anunnaki story, this became angelic beings who came down to earth and had sex with with women and created the Nephilim. This is not a Hebrew story, but it is a Sumerian story. Because the whole war in heaven comes from Enochian literature that was pulled from the Sumerian story. Now, when we get, so you don't have after that, you have no Satan, no devil, until you get to the story of Job. And in the story of Job, Satan, which means adversary, is not the devil. He is up in heaven. He was walking around on earth, but he's up in heaven talking to God in this angelic host, this council meeting of the gods and the angels and all these sorts of beings in the pantheon. And then he had a bet against Yahweh. And Yahweh initiated the bet, caused the bet, thought of the bet, and then proceeded to allow the bet to occur, which caused all the damage to Job and his life. But this was not the same as the serpent, nor is the same as the devil, because according to your belief and doctrine, the devil was cast down to earth. He cannot be up in heaven with this God. So how is that happening? Because it's a different being that is not considered a devil, because the Hebrew, even at that time, did not believe in a devil. Other gods existed, but not a devil. This is why Gabriel fought against the prince of Persia. He's fighting against a different god. This is why when Shamash was given a sacrifice from the Moabite king, his son, Shamash beat and defeated Yahweh, with the Moabites defeating the Israelites, not a devil. So when we get to the idea in Isaiah of Lucifer, this is a reference to the star Venus. The planet Venus, which they thought was a star, and they called it the morning star because wherever Venus rises, when you see Venus in the dawn, Venus is exactly where the sun is going to rise. So it is the light bringer because it brings the light of the sun. It foreshadows where the light of the sun is going to come. So when they said the morning star, they're talking about an astrological event, not a being, and that you will fall because an optical illusion seems to appear as if the star falls below the horizon instead of rising higher in the sky so that the sun lights it up. It's an optical illusion. That's where they got the term from for Lucifer. In the Greek, the word there was translated into Lucifer. And so when the Greek in the so when that was translated in the Septuagint from the Old Testament, when they were writing the New Testament, when the same word or idea of the morning star in Revelation is to appear, it appears as the same as the word Lucifer. The NIV has tried to change things around. The King James tries to change things around. All these different translations constantly try to change things around to fit a doctrine that people believe in at different time frames. And so therefore you get the different doctrines. You get the different understanding. You get the chaos. When the truth of the matter is, none of these beings exist. They're all literary works. And they were talking about what they observed, not talking about what was in reality. But these pastors know that the overwhelming majority of people are never going to study it beyond what the pastor tells them. And even when some of them who do study it, all they're going to do is attend to information that already fits the narrative that they believe so that they can find comfort in their belief. But this is why we deconstruct it. So y'all have a great day. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey. Goodbye.